Hey, how's it going everyone? Today we're going to be discussing some bug fixes that are in the works. Not only this, but we're also going to be talking about Creation 2.0 for you all that are excited about the Starfield mods coming to Xbox. Then to finish up the video, I'm going to show you guys how to fix one of the most annoying bugs in the latest patch 1.8.86. You might be thinking, what is it? It's going to be the workbench bug. We're going to go into all this information in today's video, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's start off by talking about some of the major bugs that the developers plan on patching this next upcoming update. The developers have mentioned quite a few things over at the Bethesda support site. If you guys want to know where I'm getting my information, that's where it's at, over at Bethesda.net. The developers have answered quite a few questions. For example, this one right here, which says, how do I remove my completed quests from my active quest list? The developers have left this on the bottom by saying, we are aware of an issue where some players' active quest will appear stuck on a completed or failed quest. If you are experiencing the issue, try reverting to an earlier save. In addition, try visiting a planet, such as Venus, and have your character go to sleep for a couple of days. This will be fixed in a future update. Now, what sucks about this is that when they do talk about a future update, this could of course mean something that's 2 months down the road or possibly 1 month later. Now, worst case scenario, it might even take longer for them to resolve a current problem, which, by the way, if you guys have not checked out the previous video, I definitely recommend that you do so after this one, because in that previous video, I talk about the problems with the textures over at Atlantic City. The developers have made some comments on this, so I definitely recommend that you guys check out that video once you're done with this one. With that information aside, let's go ahead and continue on with the next bug that the developers have made a comment on. The next question can be found right here on the screen. Why isn't my helmet showing in a non-breathable areas in Starfield? The developers had left this comment down below by saying, we are aware of an issue where players may appear to have no helmet in non-breathable areas when the quote, hide helmet in breathable areas, end quote, option is selected. To work around the issue, players can do the following. Turn off hide helmet, then turn it back on again. Return to the planet or area where the issue first occurred and use the airlock again. This issue will be resolved in a future update. Sure, this is going to take some time like most of the things that we're going to be talking about today, but the good news is that it's going to be resolved, but it's also not a huge problem, because even if your helmet is not there visually, you will be able to survive any hazardous stuff that you may come across. Continuing on towards the next question, which can be found right here. Why didn't I receive the Star Eagle ship after completing the free star missions? The developers left this down below by saying, we are investigating an issue where players may not receive the Star Eagle ship after completing the free star mission, quote, the hammer falls, end quote. In the meantime, reverting back to an earlier save before completing the mission may resolve this. Unfortunately, if you have come across this bug as of late, do not expect the next update to patch this, because I would imagine it's probably something that's going to take them a bit longer than normal. Moving on towards the next question, which can be found right here. What do I do if I have NPCs from a mission stuck on my ship? The developers left this comment down below by saying, we are aware of an issue where NPCs may remain stuck on a ship if they die or killed before reaching their destination, and the mission fails. This issue will be resolved in a future update. We advise loading a previous save from before the mission began to work around the issue in the meantime. There's something that I would like to add to this, because they are planning on fixing the crew bug. If you guys do not know exactly what that is, pretty much what's going on is that you would be able to lose one or more of your crew members just randomly. They would disappear, go off to the void, the freaking shadow realm. Nobody knew what was going on. But that problem right there is also going to be fixed, and I would imagine this is probably connected to that problem. The next question is going to be quite helpful for a lot of you that have been experiencing the cargo link issue or the robot limit reset. For example, right here the question says, why has my cargo link and robot limit reset in New Game Plus despite maxing out the outpost management skill in my original playthrough? The developers left this on the bottom by saying, we are aware of an issue where the cargo link and the robot limit for the outpost management may reset back in New Game Plus despite it being maxed out in the original playthrough. This issue is currently being investigated. This could be just me, but I've noticed a lot of issues when it comes down to going over to New Game Plus. Just a little thing to throw out there, it could potentially be causing more problems. Maybe they should look into that. Let's go on and talk about this next question. What you can see right here, it says, what do I do if I'm stuck in a small room without an exit after trying to board the UC Vigilance? The developers made a comment down below by saying, we are aware of an issue that can occur when players attempt to board the UC Vigilance after loading a save in a space around it that results in them loading into an out of bounds elevator. While we work to resolve this issue, players can work around the issue by locating the option to exit back out of their ship, undock, redock, then attempt to board again. This right here I've yet to come across, but I know some of the things I've shown you guys in terms of bugs, you guys have yet to experience. So I'm wondering what's really causing all these issues. It's quite a mystery, honestly, but let's go on and talk about the next question. What you can see on the screen here, it says, why am I missing the option to apply a skin to my cutter or Equinox weapon after applying the Constellation pack skin? One thing I want to say about this right here, I have brought this up previously, but I am bringing it up again in this video because of one reason only. The last time I talked about this was 2 to 3 months ago, which is quite concerning because is this issue ever going to be resolved? Probably not, because for example right here the developers have left this comment by saying, we are receiving reports of players subtly missing the Constellation skin, as well as the option to apply skins to their cutter or Equinox weapon. This issue is currently being investigated. This is why somewhere at the start of the video, I brought up the fact that the developers mention update or they'll talk about investigating an issue. So when they do bring up things like this and they talk about, hey, something's coming in the future update or this is being investigated currently, this means that it's going to take a bit longer than normal, and it does suck. I understand that, especially if you have bought the Constellation Edition. You're probably looking at your wallet and thinking, what did I spend my money on? Anyways, on to the next question right here. It says, what do I do if kiosks have disappeared? The developers left this on the bottom by saying, we are aware of an issue where kiosks may sometimes disappear from cities when switching / editing ships. While we work to resolve this issue, here are a few basic quest troubleshooting steps. If your kiosks have disappeared, this may be related to a save that is corrupted, and the solution is to reload an earlier save from before you load it into the area where the kiosk is missing, before you recently edit your ship, or switch ships at a star station and the kiosks disappeared shortly after this activity. Once you have done that, check to see if the kiosks are appearing again. Here's the problem. Even if they do patch this, guess what? You're still going to see the bug. The reason why is because when you do have the bug available and you have saved it at that point, well, it's going to remain like that until you're able to either you restart over or you just travel on to the Unity. And with that to the side, we have 2 more questions here. This next one says, what do I do if the game crashes when I try to load a save on Xbox? The developers left this on the bottom by saying, we are investigating reports that some players are experiencing issues with Starfield crashing on Xbox. This is great because I know some of you have been experiencing this exact problem, and it's good to see that it's going to be fixed here soon. Then the next and final question is right here. What you can see on the screen, it says, what happened to my items displayed on mannequins? The developers left this comment by saying, we are aware of an issue causing items displayed on mannequins to go missing. If you are experiencing this issue, try reverting to an earlier save. I know some of you out here have been wondering whether or not they have fixed this. For example, someone in the last video asked whether or not they had fixed the mannequin bug, and sadly it's still here in the latest patch 1.8.86. With that aside, let's talk about Creation Club 2.0. If we take a look over on X, you can see that Bethesda had posted this right here. We're planning an extended maintenance window for in-game mods in Creation Club services starting the morning of November 29th. During this downtime, Skyrim mods and Creation Club content you already have downloaded will still be accessible, along with the game. However, players will not be able to access the mods and Creation Club services or be able to change mod load orders. The Skyrim mods website will also undergo maintenance during this window, and the ability to upload content from the creation kit will be temporarily unavailable. We thank you for your patience during this longer maintenance window and encourage you to keep an eye on our official Bethesda Game Studios Discord or our Bethesda.net status portal for more details and updates. With this information, take it with a grain of salt, and the reason why I say that is because we do know right away they said that this is going to be a longer maintenance, right? So they could potentially be fixing some things behind the scenes that's just causing some problems. Or potentially this could be something that we all want, which is Creation Club 2.0. We do know that Todd Howard mentioned that the mods will be arriving sometime in 2024. Specifically, he said next year. This was mentioned in an interview with Famitsu, and it can be found right here on the website, and I will leave a link if you guys would like. You can translate this with Google Chrome or Firefox, whichever browser you choose. Anyways, what I believe right here is that this could be a good sign that Creation Club 2.0 is right around the corner. So let's go ahead and dive right into the next bit of information, and that's going to be how to fix the latest workbench bug. I have seen a few comments previously, and I'll leave them here, and I've also seen a few over on Reddit, and what I recommend is that what you do right away once you have spotted this bug is to revert back to an old save. Once you've done so, you should be good. If it does pop up again, you might just need to create a save every so often just to ensure that you're not losing progress. This is pretty much it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comment down below. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you have been experiencing some more bugs, let's talk about it down below. Thanks a lot for the support, and I'll see you all in the next video.